Hey guys, what's up? Hey guys, what's up? Hey, alright, let's just get into the video, guys. So today's video is going to be all about high-level PvM, and I'm going to spend 10 hours doing the most profitable bosses on Runescape. Now, these bosses are going to be bosses with huge drops over 1 bill. Every boss is going to have a drop we could potentially get 1 bill or above, and I think it's going to be a pretty awesome video. I've done this with mid-level PvM and high-level PvM before, so I'll link those at the end of the video in the description in case you want to see those. But yeah, this is going to be pretty awesome. So let's go into the bosses that I'm going to be doing today. All right, so the bosses that we're going to be doing today is 10 hours. And we're going to be doing 3 different bosses. So the breakdown is going to be like this. First, we're going to be doing 6 hours of Archglacior. Yes, 6 hours is a lot of our 10-hour limit, but the Archglacior is a boss that I really need the log complete. I'm working on it. I've got over 500 kills, so I really want to go for that. And the Archglacior has some amazing drops. The Core of Lang, making into the tier 95, goes for over 1 billion GP, and the Common Loot is really good when streaking as well. So that is going to be a really awesome one. The other boss we're going to be doing, and I think we're going to be doing it for 2 hours, is Raksha. Now I have the Raksha log, but Raksha drops the Greater Ricochet Codex, which is like 1.8 billion GP right now. So an absolute huge drop, and I've only gotten one in 1200 kills, so I think I'm due one if you ask me. So that is going to be pretty awesome. And then we're also going to be doing Karapek hard mode. Now I'm going to be doing it with my friend, but the staff pieces are like almost 2 billion GP each, so it's going to be like a 1 bill split if we get one. And I've done almost 400 hard mode Karapek duos with no staff pieces, so if you ask me, I think I'm due one there as well. So a lot of high level PvM, and I'm gonna set a goal. Usually we set a goal for how much money we need to make. 10 hours, I'm gonna set a goal for 200 mil, which would be 20 mil an hour. Of course we want more than that, but let's see if we can get it. Also, if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet and want to progress your account for PvM or make more money on RuneScape 3 or see big loot videos like this, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Alright, so getting into Karapek hard mode, I went with my friend and we basically duoed Karapek since release, and we've always gotten pretty good kills, but sadly we haven't really gotten any loot. If we look at my Karapek log, all I have is the Karapek's wrist wraps. I don't have a Greater Concentrated Blast, and I don't have a Scripture. And neither me or my friend have gotten a Concentrated Blast or a Scripture in a duo, and we've duoed almost 400 kills together. We've only got wrist wraps. I think we have 6 wrist wraps and nothing else, so I'm really hoping we can get something. But yeah, Karapek is pretty fun actually. I really enjoy doing it. I like going for new records. It's really fun. And we actually did get a pretty fast kill of 2 minutes and 36 seconds. My friend actually got a Slayer task for the first time. He had never gotten one, and that sped up our kills a ton. So that's a really awesome personal record, and I was super happy with that. In terms of the loot, Karapek's loot isn't that crazy. The normal loot, you're just looking at like, you know, 3 drops and it's split between you. Some people get 2 drops, sometimes you get 1 drop depending on your DPS. So you're looking at like 300 to like 700k a kill duoing, maybe even a little less, just because the normal loot isn't really that great. So it's really all about getting those Armadyl staff pieces, and this boss is really a gamble. So we only have a few kills left in the 2-hour limit now, so we've done most of them and we haven't gotten too much good loot. So let's see if these final kills we can get anything good. And no. So sadly we did not get any rare drops from Karapek from 2 hours of duo hard mode, but we are going to go and look at the loot and see how much we got. So here is our loot from 2 hours of duo hard mode Karapek. 13.4 million GP, so like 6.7 mil an hour. Honestly, for such a demanding boss in terms of supplies and stuff like that, Nothing really special at all. Karapek is really just a lottery boss. If you're killing him, you really just need to get that staff piece, or at least like a greater concentrated blast. If you're looking for normal loot, hard mode is not going to get you that much GP per hour, but we are on the board with 13.4 mil GP in 2 hours, so we've got a long way to go to hit that 200 mil goal. So next we're going to be moving on to the Arch Glacier. So we decided to streak the Arch Glacier starting from 0% in rage, and we have 6 hours to kill the Glacier here, so we should be able to get a pretty decent amount of loot and hopefully something good. The normal loot from the Arch Glacier is actually really good and adds up a ton when you're streaking, so I have high hopes for the amount of loot we're going to get here. I have done about 500 KC in the past of the Arch Glacier, and I've gotten one frozen Core of Lang, and I've made a tier 95 weapon, so I've had pretty decent luck so far. So for me, streaking up to 1000% is basically the max in rage that I've streaked to, but I feel most comfortable doing 0 to 750% or so. Once you get past there, the kills just use way more supplies and just take so much longer. Although I'm still confident I can do them, it's just much longer and much more risky. We did, however, get an Onyx here, which is actually pretty rare. I believe this is my first or second Onyx in like 500 kills, so that didn't feel too great seeing how cheap Onyxes are now, but we kept going hoping for something good. We got some Orichalcum salvage, which if you don't know is actually like the best normal drop you can get from the Arch Glacier. It adds a ton of GP to your chest and is just really nice. And then somehow, some way, we ended up getting another Onyx drop of 4 Onyxes, and this just blew my mind, and not in a good way. I talked to my friend and he said he's only had 2 Onyx drops in 1200 KC, which made me feel like that could have easily been a Core Lang. We got some other decent drops after this Onyx, but at like 550% in rage, I ended up messing up and thinking that I clicked my devotion, but it didn't actually go off and I died to the cannon sadly and lost our streak after around 3 hours. So if we look at our loot and our loot chest, we got a 49 streak and got 49.2 mil, so not too bad. And now I decided to start another streak because we have 3 hours remaining, so we're gonna just see how this goes. I need your help, guys. Like the video right now and channel your energy into a core. I'm dying here. Your boy Nuzz really needs a core. I'm getting poor. Alright, so I'm gonna speed up the loot here, but we ended up actually doing a long streak for 3 hours of time, starting at 0%. In the first hour, we did not get anything special, but during the second hour, we ended up getting 8 Dark Nylas, which 10 of them, if you don't know, are used along with the Core of Lang to make the new tier 95 weapon worth 1 bill. And you can actually use these to make the tier 85 weapons as well, and they're worth a decent amount. I think the Dark Nylas are around 8 mil each or so a pretty decent drop here, but I wasn't afraid to streak it, and that's exactly what we did. So we streaked all the way up to 536% in rage, and we ended up getting another Dark Nylas drop of 10 Nylas. So now a total of 18 Dark Nylas in the chest. So I was super happy with this, even though it's not a core, but I had like 30 minutes left, so what do I do? Well, that's right, we are risking it for a biscuit and we're streaking these bad boys. So I ended up actually streaking these to 597% in rage when the hour was up, and the total loot we had in our chest was a whopping 95 million GP and 18 Dark Nylas in just 3 hours. So wow, we did a lot better at the Arch Glacier than Karapek. So now we're going to look at the total loot from 6 hours of streaking at the Arch Glacier. Alright, so now we're going to look at the total loot from 6 hours of Arch Glacier streaking. So we're going to count the Nylas, the 18 Nylas, as 5 million GP each. So that is going to be 90 mil GP that we're going to add on to this. So here we go. We're looking at the total loot, and that is 232 mil. in 6 hours of streaking the Archglacior. So right there, we have already beat my goal of 200 mil just from the Archglacior. So very, very good. That was 6 hours. So in total, that's around 38 to 40 mil an hour, streaking 0 to like 600% twice. So really, really good. And that's not even, you know, counting a Core of Lane drop because we didn't get one. But if we had got one of those, it would have been way more money. So really, really happy with these results. The Archglacior is just super, super good. So of course now we have Raksha, and since we already made so much at Archglacior, I was pretty okay going into this if we didn't get anything, because Raksha, like Carapac, is kind of a risk. The normal drops are really, really cheap now. The Archglacior and Carapac kind of, you know, made Raksha's drops really cheap. There's not a ton of good drops, even if you get unique drops, like the fleeting boots are like 40 mil, which is still decent, but it's not like a huge drop. But the big kahuna drop is the Greater Ricochet Codex, which is 1.8 billion GP. So that was definitely what we were going after when doing Raksha. So usually my kills are around 3 to 4 minutes each. I have gotten solo kills under 3 minutes, but usually they're around 3 minutes 30 seconds, just because I'm not going super crazy at Raksha. Like, I'm not, you know, using a ton of crazy strategies. It's mostly just a chill boss for me now that I have the log done, so I didn't really, you know, have anything to prove with that. But, you know, we probably get about 15 or so kills an hour with banking, so not too bad. And seeing as the Greater Ricochet Codex is so much, Raksha is definitely one of the most profitable bosses in the game, but it solely depends on the Greater Ricochet Codex. In the long run, if you get the Codex on the drop rate, you should make a ton of money. But like I said, the other drops, not so much. Things like the carambola seeds are basically worthless. The spirit weed seeds used to be a good drop from Raksha. They were like 50k each, but now they're definitely worthless because of Archglacior. You know, crystal keys, you know, 40 of them used to be a little bit better, but they're worth even less now. So not a ton of normal loot to get. You really want that big drop, but sadly, as it is with a lot of my Raksha killing, you know, 1200 kills, 1 Greater Ricochet Codex, we did not get any rare drop at all in 2 hours, which was kind of sad, but nonetheless, we did get a ton of kills. So now we're gonna go look at the total loot from this whole video of 10 hours of killing the most profitable bosses in RuneScape and see how much we made total. And yeah, let's go take a look and we'll calculate our GP per hour. All right, so the moment we've been waiting for, how much money did we make from 10 hours of killing the most profitable bosses in RuneScape? And we made 256 mil, almost 257 mil. So the majority of this came from the Archglacior, those 6 hours. I think we made a combined like 25 mil from 4 hours of Carapac and Raksha. Of course, those bosses, like I said, if we had gotten a drop, this would have looked so much bigger, but still 256 mil in 10 hours, you know, almost 26 mil an hour or so. So not too bad, seeing as Raksha and Carapac brought down our GP per hour a lot, but we had that chance for the big drop, we just didn't get it. But still, I'm really happy with this and think it was a pretty good time. If you guys like this type of video, make sure to leave a like. I have a ton of fun making these, and if you want to try this challenge yourself and go do 10 hours of bossing, whether it be high level, mid-level, low level, go to my Twitter. You can find it on my YouTube page and tweet me your loot and I'll like it. That would be a kind of a cool challenge. So if you guys want to go do that, you know, if by all means tweet it at me and I'll reply to you. But yeah, I thought this was pretty fun. I've done this twice before and you guys always seem to love it. So make sure to leave a like down below and I'll link the other videos if you just can't get enough of loot videos. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.